What is up, tribe? Sophie's going to be here with us. She insists on being in my lap. Today I want to talk about ancestral trauma. Quite the full moon it was. I was really wiped out, and I realized that I was starting to process some shame. And it was just kind of coming up that was like one of the core emotions from my childhood. That when I dig deep, it boils down to shame and being shamed as a child. My mother shamed us a lot when we were young. And, so I was feeling these things of like, I'm not doing enough. I'm not good enough. And I've been hearing a lot of other people say this lately, that they feel guilty if they're not doing enough. And a lot of people saying that they don't feel like they are enough. And it's a big one as far as ancestral trauma goes. And, these are programs that we pick up as a child. And, no, I'm not blaming anyone, I'm not blaming my parents at all. My soul chose to absorb that information and take on that information, and I imagine to process and learn from it. And I imagine that both of my parents dealt with a lot of shame as children as well. Love you, Dad. Love your inner child too. We have to remember that our parents, most people who have children in their 20s and 30s, and that's still really young. You're still learning a lot. You're still learning a lot about the human experience and what it is to be human and learn lots of things. I am 43 years old. I'll be 44 next month. And I am just now getting a grasp on so many things that are important. So ancestral trauma is information that's been passed down through generations, through bloodline, through environment, through lessons that were learned and then taught, and learned and then taught. And at some point, you have to ask yourself, is this serving me? Does it align with me? Is this my truth? Or, where did this truth even stem from? Because it really has a huge impact on has a huge impact on our belief systems. And so our entire belief structure, we kind of have to wonder where it's all coming from, and does it really align with our truth? And with these structures, it creates limiting beliefs, judgment, all of these negative things that are in our society. So these are things that hold you back from expansion, things that hold you back from growing and evolving. So I have kind of structured 4 types of ancestral trauma to break it down to understand what an ancestral trauma really is. So that you can look at it and find your medicine. So the 4 types of ancestral trauma is, the first one is kind of an obvious one. It's through your family line, through your bloodline. So ancestral trauma that can exist there could be something like addiction that runs down through the family, or abuse that runs down through the family, or living in lack, scarcity, financial issues. Those are just some examples. You get them, Sophie. She's so tough. She's so tough. The second one is cultural. Sophie girl, sit. Baby girl, sit. The second one is cultural ancestral trauma, which can have examples of that would be racism, sexism, religion. The third one is global ancestral trauma. So that would be, wars that we go through. An example would be the COVID that we just went through. And the fourth one is social ancestral trauma. So social norms, like it's kind of correlates with cultural as well, but marriage, political, things like that that we fall into. And something that I have found that all of these have in common is a lot of it is fear-based. A lot of the fear base has scarcity attached to it, fear of not having something, whether it's financial or otherwise, fear of, needing to have a family, needing to have some kind of security, things like that. So it's really time for us to have awareness, awareness around the illusions of where someone might have been projecting pain. She is so tough. Where someone might have been projecting pain, or where someone was seeking power in the situation, or where there might have been manipulation, whether it's on purpose or not on purpose, whether it's a subconscious thing. So how much truth is our belief system built on? Something I've been asking myself for quite some time. So I've really been digging deep with this. And I encourage soul searching for sure. Massive soul searching. It's okay to question everything that you've ever learned and re-examine all of that. Find your own answers. Your intuition will guide you to the right answer, to your truth, what's in alignment for you, not what's in alignment for other people, because people are going to resonate in their own way and their own frequency, so their truth might not be the same as yours. There's layers to our human existence. So digging into this, digging into who you are, where your belief systems come from, and starting to let go of some things, I recommend doing shadow work, inner child work. Play with your inner child. Tell your inner child you love them. Tell them that there is nothing to be ashamed of. And also meditation, connecting with the self, so you can really tap into you and your intuition and trusting yourself. So what comes with doing all of this work is a huge sense of freedom. I think that's one of the biggest things that I hear that people want in life, is just to feel some freedom. And these mental bondages that we have, and they are mental. I mean, they do materialize in the 3D world, obviously, but it all stems from our mentality and our perceptions of things. And we create this prison of our own making. And so to dig into that and really seek your own truth, there's a huge sense of freedom in that. So I encourage to do some soul seeking for sure. So anyways, for me, after doing some processing and realizing, I didn't even realize that shame was one of my big ones. And processing some of that, especially with this full moon. Gosh, and I'm feeling so much better today. I am really going to focus on my inner child and go have some playtime now. It's time to play with my inner child. That's all I have today. All right, this is how we do on Show Me How to Live. See you next time. Love ya.